Hello and welcome back. This is Metal Rocker 86, here yet again with another album review. I'm feeling it's time to review another AC/DC album. And you know what? I haven't reviewed anything yet from the Bon Scott era. So here I go with Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. I don't need to give AC/DC's backstory again. But if you'd like to hear it, please go watch my review of Back in Black. On to the album. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap is the second studio album released by AC/DC, and it was released on September 20th of 1976 in Australia. It wasn't released anywhere else until 1981, and Bon Scott had already been dead for a year. There are some differences between the Australian version and the international version. The Australian version features two other songs called R.I.P., Rock in Peace, and Jailbreak, and the songs are not in the same order. I will be reviewing the international version. It is a 6-time platinum in the US and Australia, a platinum in Germany, and a gold in Spain, Switzerland, and the UK. It consists of 9 songs, and altogether is just under 40 minutes long. On lead vocals is Bon Scott. On lead guitar is Angus Young. On rhythm guitar and backing vocals is Malcolm Young. On bass is Mark Evans. And finally, on drums is Phil Rudd. Now on to the songs, all of which were written by Angus Young, Malcolm Young, and Bon Scott. It starts with my favorite song on the album. It was also released as a single, and it's the album's title song, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, and it's quite an up-tempo song. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars with the hard and catchy riffs, but you can also hear the drums in the background. The only exception is in the verse, when the drums are the main focus with some breath sounds, and there are some guitars here and there. The solo in this one is rockin'. Angus Young got the song title from a cartoon called Beanie and Cecil, and the main villain would have a business card with the song title written on it. My interpretation of the lyrics is that it's about getting rid of all the people who've screwed you over in life, and this was a great song to start the album with, and it really gets you pumped. Now this next one was also released as a single, but it was not included on the original Australian release. It's called Love at First Feel. The tempo slows down here a little. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars and they give off a blues feel, but you can also hear the drums in the background. The solo is also pretty cool in this one. I should definitely not describe the lyrics in this one, but it was an interesting song on the album. The tempo is still somewhat slow as we get to Big Balls. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars in this one and they set the mood, but you can also hear the drums in the background. The lyrics are set at a cocktail party in this one, and I should leave it at that and not describe any more. But this was a very funny song on the album. Now the tempo really speeds up, but this one was also not included on the original Australian release. It's called Rocker. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the rock and guitars in this one, and they're very fast, but there are some background drums. The solo is also really cool in this one. I interpret the lyrics as being about what Bon Scott was inspired to be and how he became it. And this was a great song on the album. This next one is still up-tempo, but not quite as fast as the last one. It's called Problem Child. Instrumentation. The guitars will get you into a headbang, but you can also hear the drums in the background. The solo in this one rocks. Here's a fun fact. When this song was played live, Bon Scott would say it's about Angus Young, but it's really about kids who cause trouble. So in other words, it could be about any of the band members. It was also featured on their next album, Let There Be Rock, but the only difference is this one has a little guitar ending. This was a great song on the album. Now the tempo slows down a little, and there's gonna be some rockin'. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the catchy guitars and they give off a blues feel, but you can also hear the drums in the background. The solo in this one is also pretty awesome too. I interpret the lyrics as being about how the band puts on a show for their fans, and this was an okay song on the album. The slow tempo continues in this one, and it ain't no fun waiting round to be a millionaire. Instrumentation. This one also focuses on the guitars, and they're catchy and have a blues feel, but you can also hear the drums in the background. The solo is where the speed picks up a bit, and you get into a headbang. I feel like the song describes the band members, and how it was a long time before they made it big. This was another good song on the album. Now the tempo really slows down as we get to Ride On. Instrumentation. For the intro and verse, the main focus is on the bass and drums with some guitars here and there. They also give off a blues feel in this one. For the pre-chorus, the guitars are the main focus and they get much harder before returning to their soft ways. I interpret the lyrics as being about a guy who's trying to change his bad habits. This was another good song on the album. Now the tempo speeds up as we get to the final song on the album, Squealer. Instrumentation. For the intro, the main focus is on the guitars with some bass and drums in the background. Then in the verse, the main focus is on the bass and drums with some guitars here and there, and the guitars return in the chorus to get you rockin'. The solo in this one has great energy too. I should probably not describe the lyrics in this day and age, but this was a great song to end the album with, and it really ends on a bang. So what did I like about this album? I really enjoyed listening to this one. The songs were all very well written, mostly in the right order. The instrumentation sounded great, as did the vocals. The only minor change I would have made to this album is I would have swapped out There's Gonna Be Some Rockin', and not because it's a bad song, but I just felt that Jailbreak would have fit it much better. To conclude this, I will say that Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap is a great album, and you should definitely listen to it, and I know you will enjoy it. Well, that's the end of this review. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe and share. Until next time, rock on!